Sighing, she turned away from the dark clouds that spiralled upward. King Robert's message was urgent, Thomas continued. Now that you too are outlawed, like the rest of us, my brother wants you to meet him in Strathfillan and travel with his queen and family to safety at Kildrummy. My brother Neil will guard you there. I beg you, hurry.
Spare me another moment to speak to my daughter.
Quickly. We are all renegades in the heather, along with our king. The English look for us even now. There is no time. She nodded, aware of how much turmoil had entered her life once Robert Bruce had made his bold move to take the throne of Scotland. After stabbing his key rival within the sanctified confines of a church, he had arranged to be crowned King of Scots, a courageous and necessary act for the good of Scotland, she was convinced. But after the disastrous June battle at Methven, where the Scots had been soundly defeated by the English, Robert Bruce had taken to the hills with only a few followers. All of his supporters had been declared outlaws by the English king. As cousin to the Bruces through her maternal grandmother, Christian had offered what help she could from Kilglassie. Men, arms, some coin. That help had created ripples that affected her life too. When her English husband had died in battle just weeks earlier, the considerable fury of King Edward of England had been directed toward her. And now, with her home in flames, she had made her irrevocable decision. Pulling on her daughter's hand, she walked toward her friend Moira, who waited. Bringing her child along would be far too dangerous, so she had asked Moira and her husband to keep Michaelmas until her return. Soon, Christian intended to flee with her daughter into the Western Highlands, to Clan MacGillean and her father's people. The English presence would be less obvious there. Looking down at her adopted daughter, not her own, but so close to her heart as to feel like her own, she smoothed the girl's pale, silken hair. The child looked up, her light blue eyes more serious than 9 years should have allowed.
Moira and her husband will care for you, Christian said in Gaelic, which she and the girl used most often, though they both understood the English that so many Lowlanders spoke. I will send for you soon.
The girl nodded nervously.
You are safe, Millis, sweet one.
Christian, Thomas urged.
Mother, Michaelmas said, Thomas Bruce looks very angry. Will he ride without you? The Bruce brothers, all 5, are known for being brave and handsome and clever, but not for patience. Let him learn to wait.
Christian pulled the pendant and its leather thong over her head and handed it to Michaelmas. The old golden disc, no larger than the child's palm, was decorated with golden wire twisted in a graceful interlace design, surrounding a central garnet. Michaelmas looked up.
You are giving this to me?
She whispered in awe.
Aye, keep it safe, Christian said. The women of my mother's family have always been the keepers of the legend. This piece is all that remains of the treasure that lies hidden somewhere in Kilglassie.
She slipped it over her daughter's head.
Wear it and protect it. The English know there is some secret here that is important to the Scottish throne. They must never find this. But I do not have your mother's blood in me to be the hereditary keeper of such a thing, Michaelmas said. Moira says I am a child of the fair folk, a changeling.
Hush, you were an orphan, nothing more, Christian said. She sighed.
I wish we knew who your mother was, but she must have been a beautiful lady with you for a daughter, and we were told you were born on St. Michael's feast day. The name brings you angelic protection. Remember that always. May the angels be with you too, Maher, when you leave here, Michaelmas said.
Christian, Thomas called, are you waiting for the English to arrive? We must all go. Tucking the pendant inside the neck of her daughter's gown, Christian hugged her.
Keep all our secrets safe until I send for you, Millis,
she whispered. Then they walked toward Moira. Embracing her tall friend, Christian turned quickly away, tears now pooling as she ran toward Thomas. Her cousin boosted her into the saddle of the waiting horse and turned to mount his own fine charger. Settling into her seat, Christian picked up the reins, ready to ride. Thomas smiled. Lady Christiane MacGillean of Kilglassie, he said, burns her own castle, kisses her child farewell,